Hello, my name is Nicholas Winthrop. I work for Öhlins Asia. I'm a technical specialist and race engineer. Today we're going to be working on this Honda CRF250. I'm going to demonstrate how to fit the Öhlins rear shock and the Öhlins front fork spring kit. Okay, the first job we start is we remove the seat from the motorcycle. On this motorcycle, we need to remove the front sprocket. Remove the bolt will be more easy if we support the weight of the wheel. Two bolts to remove. One is for the linkage, one is for the shock absorber mounting. Then the bolt will be easy to take out. Okay, you open the box. Inside I have the shock absorber. And has two springs, a spare spring. The one fitted to the shock absorber is suitable for riders up to 80 kilos. The second spring is a heavier spring, is for riders over the weight of 80 kilos. So you can interchange the two springs depending on the rider weight. Now we're going to fit the shock. First of all, we have to pass this reservoir through the whole. Be very careful when you pass this through the frame. Don't scratch the anodizing. Be careful not to scratch it. Okay, align the shock, fit the top bolt. Now we have to put back the washer and the nut. There's very little space, so we use a magnet. Magnet attached to the washer first. And the nut. Now we go to the next bolt. There's two on the bottom linkage. We need to adjust the height of the rear wheel. Tighten by hand first. In fact, quicker like this, use the smaller one. Now we got the top one. A bit more difficult, we can only reach from the other side, so I'll pass the torque wrench to front. Now we're going to mount the remote reservoir on this bracket, and the bracket mounts on the engine casing here. I'm going to loosen the hardware. Put the bracket in place, tighten the two mounting bolts, and then the reservoir comes up into position like this. And the hose. You have to adjust the position so the hose has clearance, not touching the frame, not touching the engine, not touching anything. Final check of the hose, make sure it's not touching the frame, so it's not touching anywhere. It's a good fitting. I'm happy with that. Okay, right, the shock is fitted into the bike. Now we need to make the basic adjustment. I'm going to show you how to do that. With the shock will come this. This is the mounting instructions. On the back, you can you see that? Those are the basic settings. Okay. We have a spring preload, which is already set. It's been set at the factory. So we need to check the rebound, and we need to check the compression adjuster. Compression adjuster is this one, mounted on the reservoir. And in the setup data, it specifies 12 click. So we need to screw it into 0 first. So we screw in the compression adjuster all the way in, then anti-clockwise we count. Starts at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's it, set. The rebound adjuster is located on the bottom of the shock absorber. And the setting should be 20 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 clicks. That's the starting position. Right, now we're going to change the spring in the front forks. This model has a spring in one side and a damping system in the other side. So there's only one spring. At the start of the job, we have to remove the front wheel and drop out the forks. Okay, take it out. Okay, remove the original fork cap. There's oil inside, so we need to drain the oil. Find a suitable oil drainer. And drain all the oil out. This side doesn't have a damper, it just has a spring. The damper's in the other fork. So the other fork draining is, you have to pump the oil out, but this side, just let it drain. Maybe move that a little bit. Okay, and we tip it back. We use the hypodermic because it can get underneath the clip, and this to try to get the clip out. Okay, so we have to remove this circlip. Take out the spring. We'll have a bit of oil on it. Very long, as you can see. Okay, that's the original spring. Take the Öhlins spring, stiffer spring than the original. We always put the marking on the top so we can see what it is when we take it out. Okay, place the spring back in. Just drop it down to the bottom. When you look at the mounting instructions, it gives you a part number for the oil, which is 01314-01, which is a 10 weight. This is the correct oil for this fork. Make sure. Yeah, add the oil to the fork leg. So we're going to change to the Öhlins fork cap. We need to remove it. The original one. Oops. Okay, fit that to there. Wash it back on, and we're going to mount this cap back onto the push rod. And tighten. Actually, we tighten it up. Alright, and now we've got to fit this top out spring. In. Put back is very simple. Get it out is very difficult. Next is to simply put back screw the cap back into the fork leg. Put a bit of grease on this O-ring. Yeah? If you don't put grease, you can damage these O-rings. So be careful. Drop the fork down again. And it'll drop back into there. And this does not need to be tight, just tighten it up hand tight. And now that's ready to fit back on the bike. We're going to return the fork leg back into the bike. You need a 10mm socket. Okay, there it is. Try the Öhlins suspension kit for the CRF250 Rally. It's a huge improvement over the stock setup. It's not difficult to fit and you'll really enjoy riding the bike.